So, Bo, is there something different this year than, maybe last year's team? I know there's been a little bit of different roster construction, but is it as simple as everybody, knock on wood, has been healthy and playing to their capabilities, and maybe an 18-year-old stud that's jumped in on the back end that's helped?
Yeah, no, that guy's been really good for us, and definitely a big reason of why we are where we're at right now. He logs a lot of heavy minutes for us, power play, penalty kill, 5-on-5 minutes. I mean, yeah, no, he's a big reason of why we're where we are right now, and obviously Ilya, has been playing unbelievable for us too. So, yeah, but I think everybody's just pulling on the rope. I mean, when guys have gone down, Palm's going down, Romy going down, other guys have just stepped up in big ways, and yeah, no, it's just been overall a really good team effort so far this year.
Well, you mentioned Schaefer. I was wondering, he's 18. Has there been, can you pinpoint a moment where you're like, man, this guy is making me feel old?
Yeah, right away. He's such a little kid around the rink and around the room, and but then all of a sudden he gets on the ice and he looks like he's a 30-year-old hockey player, and it's his first year in the league. And like you said, he just turned 18 before the season started. It's you forget sometimes how young he really is, but he's just been such a stud for us, and he's a great kid off the ice as well.
With Bo Horvat of the New York Islanders, another change that didn't happen this year, but it did happen recently, would be Patrick Waugh taking over. They need a camera, like a live barn of just Patrick behind a bench, man. He is so intense. Who was he going at? Was it Rantanen earlier in the year? He was freaking out when Rantanen knocked out one of your guys, and he's been intense his whole career, clearly. But how has that factored into the motivation of the group, and how has it maybe affected you in particular playing for a guy like Patrick Waugh?
Yeah, I think it does. He's, it's contagious. His passion for the game, his love for the game, is, he just wants to win so bad, and it's like I said, it's contagious. It rubs off on guys, and guys kind of want to do the same thing. It's just, it starts with him, and it kind of goes all the way down through our lineup. So he's been great for us. And just his motivation, and actually he's super positive too. We could be down in a game, 3-0 going into a third period, and he still believes that we have the team and we have the group in there to come back and win the game. So his belief and his passion for the game is just is rubbed off on us in a big way.
Well, you mentioned Sorokin and how great he's been this year, but it's got to feel a little bit like when, Gretzky used to coach, and we've interviewed players where they're like, man, it was weird having Gretzky behind a bench, because he'd see something and think, why didn't you make that play? And the guy'd be like, well, I'm me and you're Wayne Gretzky. How have you kind of picked up on the relationship between Waugh and Sorokin, who, again, Sorokin's been great, but Patrick Waugh is one of the all-time greats in that?
Yeah, it would be intimidating for sure as a goalie, especially at the beginning. Until you kind of got comfortable. But, if I was, if I had Wayne Gretzky coaching me, I'd definitely be intimidated. And, but yeah, I think, I think they've, Patrick knows when to say something and when not to. And I think they have a really good relationship that way of, the kind of the give and take. And, Ilya's been so good for us all year. And ever since I got here, he's a phenomenal goaltender. We're so lucky to have him.
With
how
Bo
special
Horvat.
was it to get? Sorry, how special was it to get the call for the Olympics, and where were you, and what was the reaction in your first call afterwards? Was it to your family or what? To walk us through that.
Yeah, it was a pretty special moment. It was actually it's a crazy story. We got a weather delay coming back from Chicago the night before, so we ended up getting stuck on the plane basically all night, and flew in early in the morning and got, we were up all night. We didn't get home until 7:30, and I got home and obviously didn't hear anything as of yet. So I'm like, I'm just going to try to get a little bit of sleep at least. And literally, it's just as I fell asleep, maybe like a half hour into my sleep, my phone rang, and it was Don Sweeney giving me a call. So I was kind of like half asleep when I got the phone call, and all of a sudden, it was tough to sleep after that. So I was running on very little sleep, but it was a pretty special moment for me. I mean, I just told my family, all my friends and family right away, and tried to get a little bit of sleep after that, but it was tough to get that done. But it was just I couldn't believe it, and something I'll never forget.
Yeah, so how do you prepare for something like this? There's so many of you outside of Sid and Doughty, I guess. None of you have been in the Olympics. So do you rely simply on Sid and Doughty, or are you going to have to figure it out among yourselves? What do you think the plan's going to be in terms of kind of wading into Olympic life?
Yeah, I mean, I think, a lot of questions, but I got to play with Sid at the World Championships this past year, and he's such a special person, special player that he's super easy to talk to and to lean on and to follow. So I'm definitely going to be asking some questions, but I think just soaking it all in when you get there. There's so many of us that are going to be first time being at the Olympics, and I think we're all just going to have to bond together right away because you don't have very much time to be together as a team before your first game. So just gelling together as quick as possible and get ready for game one.
Well, is there like an event you want to sneak over and go watch when you get there?
I honestly haven't really thought about it too much. I just can't wait to start playing some hockey and playing the games. I think those are just going to be the special moments, and you don't know how much time you have outside of preparing for the games and preparing for your next opponent and practices and stuff like that. We'll see if we can get to anything else, but for me, I just want to focus on playing hockey and the task at hand.
What's the intel that you're getting on what the rink looks like and the ice conditions and all that? Are you getting all the reports out of Milan that we are?
Just trying to follow along on the internet of what different guys are saying. A buddy of mine who's actually playing over there had one of the practice games on it, and he said it wasn't too bad. It was definitely still had some work to be done, but he said it wasn't as bad as everybody's making it out to be. So that kind of gave me some hope. But it doesn't matter. We're all going to be in the same situation, and we're all going to be playing on the same ice surface and in the same rink. So we gotta do whatever we can to win.